farmer, friend, singer-songwriter, Lyle Strickland.
And that's farmer, friend, and jack of all trades, Chris Horn.
And we're those Taste Bud Guys.
Hey guys, welcome back. Thanks for joining us one more time. I'm Chris, that's Lyle, we're those Taste Bud Guys. If you've got a glass of this that Lyle's going to introduce, it's really awkward to say that because I always want to say, hey, grab a glass of what we're doing, but then we haven't introduced what we're doing yet, so I'm kind of completely backwards from what we should be doing.
It's usually in the title.
Oh, that's right.
So
it's not exactly a surprise. All right, so if you've got a glass of today's episode, grab it, join us, follow along, put some tasting notes down in the comments, see if you agree, disagree, whatever. We're just going to have us a drink and see what we think. We have had this, right?
So we've had this. I think we maybe tried to do it on the show and we either lost the episode or the audio was bad. I don't know which. This is Crown Royal XO. I have a long-standing hatred of Crown because of some poor experiences derived from poor choices. We did Crown Black on the show. It's drinkable.
I was going to say, I remember not hating that.
Yeah, this one is, as best as I can recall, is one that I actually enjoyed.
I literally cannot remember. I'm not even 100% sure I have had this, but I just don't remember anything at all about it ever. I know we've seen it on the shelf back here. It's been sitting in the corner for a while. Actually, it was sitting in a box.
Yeah.
Or a bag, rather. And just forgot about it. And was like, we should pull this out
and do it. I love this fidget spinner top.
That is really cool.
That's
that
fun.
is really cool. We got a Venmo code over in the corner, guys. If you enjoy the content, throw us a tip. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Buy us a beer. Okay, let's get into this. This has been sitting for a little while, so it has probably aerated and mellowed out significantly.
What I get is not tequila.
It is not tequila. We're on the right track. I like it.
All right. And is the XO's the more high-end one, right?
At the time, I think this was the highest end one that they had, with the exception of like very special releases and stuff. They may have come out with some other stuff since. This is the one that's finished in cognac casks.
Gotcha. Okay, that explains that. I was going to say it's really sweet, but actually quite pleasant.
Well, it doesn't have that kind of sour nose that a lot of Canadian whiskeys have.
And American whiskeys.
Well, that's fair, but... and you can kind of pick up those raisiny...
Well, so that's what I was going for. I was like, I get more like almost brandy notes off of it, where you have that kind of fruit, which I guess cognac, brandy, kind of close to the same.
I think they're related.
Cousins.
Yeah. Pretty pleasant nose, though. Like I said, raisins, cherries.
There's a lot of vanilla in it, right? Or I'm not just making that up, am I? Okay, because that's normally not a thing I smell really well, but I feel like it's... But you didn't mention it, so I was like, maybe I'm making it up.
There's a big sweetness there.
Yeah.
And a little...
But not a unpleasant sweet. It's like a hinted...
Yeah, it's not syrup.
Yeah, it's big, it's prominent, but it doesn't smell syrupy to me.
Yeah, big, kind of fresh oak notes, kind of. I don't know, is Canadian whiskey, is it in new oak barrels too?
I think it's probably whatever. They don't have trees up there. What are you talking about?
Okay.
We definitely don't get most of our lumber from that place.
Okay. Here's where I start to kind of go like, ugh. I've felt that before. I've tasted that before on the way out. Canadian whiskey is always for me. Now, granted, we probably should do more on the show because we've only done a handful. Are always...
And one of them was R&R?
Yes, yeah. Every time they're like very smooth for me, but no smoke, no char, and so it's like everything I hate about whiskey. Like, I like Scotch because it's smooth, but it's very smoky. And I like bourbon because it's heavy char and very like spicy and bitey. And Canadian whiskey to me is like...
But Irish whiskey, what do you like about it?
I like to put Irish whiskey over ice.
Well, I think I personally think that's where this one belongs, because everything I want to drink this, I think about Irish whiskey.
Yeah.
It's just such a... It's got
It doesn't have
even smoother roll off than the Irish whiskey does.
But it doesn't have those big grain notes that I do kind of enjoy. high grain notes in the Irish whiskeys. But this particular Crown is pretty decent, and I can drink it.
Awful easy.
It's like basically the only one except for the Crown Black that I'll even think about drinking.
So there's some baking spice notes in it, but everything about this is really light, really just. I mean, I'm just gonna say it pleasant.
Yeah,
It's.
this bottle can go fast.
Yeah,
can
I
go
don't think
very,
there's
very
anything
fast.
here that draws me back to it over and over because I'm kind of in your camp with Canadian whiskey. There's nothing that just blows my mind. Pendleton's pretty good,
Yeah,
but nothing just draws me in on Canadian whiskey or blended whiskey in general, to be honest.
I think if you don't like the things we just talked about, if you don't like big smoky whiskeys, if you don't like big hot spicy notes in your whiskey, this is
If you're looking for tamed down,
and smooth, and like if you want a smooth whiskey, which I do struggle with when people come down to the studio and they're like, I like smooth whiskey. I'm like, I think we have a couple bottles.
well, yeah, I think that's going to be a struggle with us because we like unique, big, bold stuff.
But I'd forgotten that we had this on the shelf, and this is 100% something.
But on that same note of that, people coming down, we want them to try something.
Yeah.
And they say, I want something smooth. I mean, I don't want to reach for a bottle of Crown Royal. I want to reach for something nobody's ever heard of.
I mean, at least it's Crown XO.
Sure.
That's kind of unique, and I actually don't see this very often, very many places.
Oh,
but
no.
I'm sure it's readily available if you seek it out. But yeah.
I will say this. Absolutely gorgeous bottle. Mm-hmm. The color of it, and the color of the liquid in it, just amazing. Playing around the lights in here, it looks absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, there's so many facets to the bottle that it really shines.
It's a shame that's plastic.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah.
Of course, I wouldn't want to give another $10 a bottle to have a plastic one.
Yeah, and I can't remember the price on these. I want to say it was around 50, 60-ish, but I could be way off.
Really?
Yeah.
That's way less than I expected.
Yeah. Well, here, I'll just look it up real quick.
Well, let's just look it up.
Let's just look it up. Do your research, guys.
We ain't doing no research.
Total Wine.
Find out. Total Wine.
I always go to Total Wine because they've got stuff all across the country, and I feel like they're pretty average on prices.
Like there isn't one close to. We'd have to drive 3 hours to get to one from where we're at. But
This just went up significantly in my book. You want to take a guess?
it's more than $60.
No.
Oh. Well, I mean, anything south of 60 seems like a pretty good deal at this point.
$42. That's pretty easy drinking bottle for $42. I probably would pay an extra $10 to have a metal cap.
Okay, $50. Add the metal cap we're in. Yeah, no, I'll eat those words. That's absolutely great. Yeah, no, for
I mean,
$45.
I would put this
All day long.
in the same camp of people who like Woodford because it's smooth. I'm trying to think of another.
Woodford would blow your head off compared to this.
Exactly. This is a much easier drinking whiskey. Yeah. Okay. Well, like I said, this is the only Crown that I will drink. Pretty much.
I like the black.
And I like it again today. It's not my favorite thing, but I like having it on the shelf, and we might need to replace that for $42.
That's what I was just thinking.
Yeah.
For that money, I'd put that back on the shelf again. Plus, I mean, again, Crown looks cool. Whether you like the lip juice or not, it's a cool looking bottle.
Absolutely. All right. Until next time.
Whether it be the whiskey you're drinking,
The food you're eating,
close your eyes.
or the people you're meeting, grab a buddy and try something new.
Let us know what you think down in the comments, guys.